Okay, so here's my unit, which I have too many fish in it. Here's how I'm going to clean it. First of all, I shut the filter off. I have a messy garage, but the thing of it is, I have all kinds of tools, and so when you're doing a simple project like this, it helps to have a lot of tools, because for something like this you don't want to buy special tools, and you know, you always need it's just amazing how you always need stuff. And what I'm particularly talking about is these big clamps. I'm going to put this bar here. I probably ought to clamp it there. It's not even touching. I need another clamp yet. I don't want that to fall off either. It's about ready to fall off. In fact, I could almost leave it on the table like that and clamp it straight down. That thing is, although this glue with acetone is supposed to take up. So what can I use? If I glue it to the table, I can probably use these. I mean, clamp it to the table. I like to have it tilted so that it runs down, but I'm not going to be able to, if I do it this way, I don't know if this will work or not. There. It's not really, that's not really right. Better off going the other direction here. Try it this way. You have to be willing to experiment a little bit. There. That feels pretty good, I guess. Let's get another one, which I have right here. Everything seems like such a mess, but you'd be surprised. Now, of course, I can't always find stuff, but of course, like these clamps, a more common thing to have. I got a wire right there. Some of the more uncommon tools, sometimes they have a hard time finding them. Now that's bent. That's probably okie doke, because it'll probably, I don't like it. Hung up on something there. It's touching. That might work. And now I guess I'll leave these off. Alright, so here I go. This really is pretty easy, in the manner of speaking. As I've mentioned before, this glue is expected to not provide any poisons into the fish tank. It's all going to disappear. It just melts the plastic and then it evaporates. And there's some acetone, or there's some plastic in the acetone, and that's supposed to provide a little bit of space, fill a little gap. And so far it's been working. Now if you wanted it to be invisible glue, you have to be a little more careful than what I'm doing. But I'm just doing a fish tank cover, so I don't think it's... I did leave that protective on, so if I drip on that, it won't necessarily make a big splash. And then this, hopefully that should go right in between there and completely glue that all together. I don't know if it did or not, I can't really see. It's kind of dark in here. But I'll after this will stick it. Then I'll tilt it. And I'll tilt it and I'll really fill it up. This works pretty good though. Particularly as I say, if you're not. We used to use MEK with a kind of a needle. And that was invisible. I don't know if that, I think I won't do that anymore. Now, I have to rinse this in acetone, or, see, that's where I washed it last time. That little bit of that plastic is in the acetone. You want to always be careful with your chemicals. A lot of people don't have my kids don't get into stuff, but if they did, I could lock that thing. Acetone surprise. Oop, damn it. Caught on there. It evaporates so fast. But you should wear gloves if you're going to do skin contact. I'm not supposed to be doing skin contact. And I really didn't need this much to clean this brush, but it'll just evaporate. Just leave it there and it'll be gone. And it really, it should cost a lot more than what it does. It should cost $20 a gallon or more just to discourage people from. But lucky for you, I'm a lacquer thinner. Linseed oil's good for the. There's some plain alcohol back there, which isn't good for a heck of a lot. Paint thinner, and then all my paints, which some of them I periodically stir, and it's got the lock on it. I often don't actually lock it, but I think the biggest thing is to have them all in one area. You know, if you had one over there and one over there and one over there, it could spill and you wouldn't know it, or something like this. Okay, so I'm off to my next project. To try and get a close-up of how this works, I've decided this pencil is about as good as any. Oops, this is tricky. And you just gotta show how this works. You get a pencil and then just get a drip and drip it right on there like that, and you can, I don't know if you can see, but it'll suck into any space. There isn't hardly any spaces left, but you can see a little more clearly with this camera than you can with the other one. I guess I've already done this, really. Just going over it. Here's where I see a space right there. To back up a little, right? I don't know if you can see, there's a hole right there. That's not exactly what I was thinking of. What you want to have is two very close together, and then it just wicks in between of them. Uh-oh, somebody's honking. gotta go see what's happening. They're putting the road in outside. It sounds like somebody's... Oh my goodness. I'm being inconvenienced. No, it must have just been the beeper on there. Something spilled, it looks like. Done. It looks reasonable, I think. I was going to have the light on top, but then general consensus was that was ugly. And anyway, with the thing like this, we like to look down through the top, which can be done with this. And that goofy light, I didn't like, you know, it always got wet. In fact, I can show you right now how it gets wet. So I had it on there, see, it's all wet. Just because it was, it's soaked. And you've got this is supposed to be right here. And just it's all wet. So, and it has a plastic cover, doesn't it? Still gets